Oh my, we're all live and shit. Everybody can see me and everything. Oh my God, I look so ugly today. I don't know what to tell you people. This will probably be a short stream because we're super excited and it's super hot out. It's weird, it's so hot even though it's like cloudy and stuff. Oh, we're on the West Coast heat wave right at the moment. And my, is it heat waving. Well, good evening. Welcome to the news program because apparently we're some of the only people doing news in America. So, should I wait? Should I wait for people to show up?
Sure, I guess.
Okay, I'm waiting. Let me know if you're watching this.
Me?
Not you.
Other people.
Other people.
Because I'll be in there in a few minutes.
I'm just doing a quick war briefing. So if you want, you can. Whatever works for you, darling. It's too hot for me to be rambling on incessantly. I have to feed the dog. I might wash the dog. It's still super warm out, you know? Hell, poppers. That fucking bullshit. You're like, they're going to get the dogs too. No, they're not. Murderers don't get dogs. It's a rule. It's like a pirate rule. No dogs for murderers. Anyways, I mean, I scheduled this way far in advance. So maybe I should just assume everybody's here that's going to be here. I don't know. What do you think out there in the ether and the internet worlds? Do you want to know what I was talking about? Israel's political missiles? Huh? Anyways, yesterday, Israel did 2 waves of missile strikes on Syria, and what they were doing is trying to blow up their radars. Now, this is all political attacks because they use their electronic warfare just to be able to blow up the radars. They were jamming the radars, man. It was probably like raspberry jam too. And they blew up like 3 of Syria's radars. Shitting. And I bet you they're really pissed off right now because this is political. This is, people like, I don't care. I'm apolitical. I don't care about politics. Or people are like, I don't care about the war. I don't want to hear about the war. I just do politics. Whichever side you're on. Just so you know, politics is war with nonviolent methods, and war is politics with violent methods. They're the same, interchangeable. War and politics, it's all the same. It's all power positioning and conquering and stuff like that and getting your way, trying to get your way. And that's how I live through my life. So if you don't know it, Israel's supposedly hosting something where the USA and Russia come to a third nation and they're going to talk about things. And one of the things they want to talk about is Syria, and that's later on in June, right? And if you also know, right now, Turkey's fully fucking stopped pretending they're a neutral third party, and they're actively giving orders to HTS, which is terrorists, otherwise known as al-Nusra. And there's other people up there they're giving orders to that you used to know them as Al-Qaeda. And they're all up there with ISIS up in the Idlibs in Syria. And I don't know if I said this already, but Syrian military in Russia is killing like about 100 terrorists per day in Idlib. And they drill them all down into the lowlands and they're just killing them. Now, if you also follow this political war bullshit channel that I'm running here, you might remember that Syria has a bunch of Israeli spies all locked up as POWs and a bunch of Turkish spies all locked up as POWs. So they actually know everything that the top brass of Turkey and Israel knows. And so when they go into this whole Israel meeting at the end of the month-ish or something like that, they're going to have the intel. So anyways, Israel and Turkey is trying to retake land. You see, it's Turkey and Israel are working together to attack Syria, right? In coordination. Because what they want is a strong position to bargain from, first in this Israeli summit and then later at the G20. All right. So you might follow the U.S. news where it's going to be telling you about the G20 and Pompeo and Israel talking to Lavrov or Putin and somewhere in Israel, Tel Aviv. But the fact of the matter is they're doing...
Right on, that's cool. Hi.
So they're doing these attacks now and blowing up Syrian shit and attacking Russian positions and stuff up there. So there's Turks and Russians fighting right now and killing each other. So Turkey and Russia are technically in a state of undeclared war. And hey there, puppies. And pretty exciting. There you go with the fucking microwave.
Sorry.
I wish we had ice cream.
I like the hot tea.
I wish we had ice cream.
You know, vanilla ice cream with that mango would be really good.
Oh, you should eat yourself a mango.
I was thinking
maybe if we get a ride to the store tomorrow, we can get some last few groceries we need for the month. Okay. I should try to make you a soup tonight.
Sure.
Or not. I brought all the ingredients.
Maybe, or I was going to have potatoes and tomato soup.
And I can make the soup tomorrow then?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, wait. Microwave's going.
Almost done. It's like 15 seconds.
Now, we think our dogs are having an allergic reaction to crappy dog food, so we actually went out and spent a whole lot of money and bought all new dog food. Like, a lot of money we don't have, like $50 worth. Or is it? It was close to 50 for money we don't have. So
whereas our other bags were like 35.
Yeah, a lot cheaper. So we're like getting all new dog food because I think it's affecting our dog's health. So obviously,
it's worth the $15 a month for them to not be itchy on the.
Well, not just that. It's like we have the new one that is already brand new, and we've already got another new bag that's different than the crappy stuff. So we might be giving away a whole bunch of dog food. I don't know.
It'll last Jack a long time.
Oh God,
he's a little Chihuahua, so you know there's more food than Jack right now.
Like 10 times more food than Jack. So you're done with that.
Yep.
And I don't have soda anymore because holy shit, we still owe $2,056 on our van, and at $500 a month, that's going to take us 4 months to pay that off.
Yep.
So that's why I don't drink soda right now. Anyway, that's another reason people hate me, because I got all these addictions, but when the fucking, the rubber hits the road, but I'm like, look.
You can pull the trailer by yourself, right? Just give it a yank.
Just put a harness on it.
Yeah.
Pick that right.
Or the dogs will just.
Yeah, me and the dogs. We got this. Me and the 3 dogs. Yeah. Well, between me and the 3 dogs, if I could get them to all work in coordination.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That would work.
Unless you had like a fishing pole with like a dog biscuit.
That might work, yeah. Maybe not a dog biscuit, but a piece of pork or something, a pork chop.
Then they just start fighting with
Remember, Freedom Chat, like even if you don't want to talk about what I'm talking about, or you can ask me questions.
You don't have to stay on topic.
No, there's no topic. I'm doing this whole thing because that's what I do, but that doesn't mean you have to do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
I'm doing dabs because that's what I do.
Oh, man, so much is going on in life. Also, look at my last video. I actually uploaded a video that's not from me. It's a re-upload from something not YouTube, because there's this thing called the internet, and it's more than YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. And other countries, they're able to make their own websites and have embedded videos. And this is one of those videos. That's why the title is in Arabic. But if you look, I did put translations on there for you. And all kinds of cool shit's happening. The NATO empire is getting the shit kicked out of it right now. So that's why you have Turkey and Israel working to attack Syria, because they're trying to get the clout back in the international community, because they're getting their fucking asses mud stomped is what's happening.
Okay, more noise.
More noise. Be careful, don't burn yourself.
I am always careful. Okay, maybe not always.
so, oh yeah, we went and stopped at the mechanic. Our van is fixed and it works. We need to pay for it, and then
we need $10,000.
We just need to pay for the van.
Or no, 2,000. We need 2,000.
Then
but 10,000 would be nice.
But then we have to also get the title and the registration done. So that's an issue. You know what I'm saying? We need help. We need a lot of help because we don't know when we're getting evicted out of here. So we really need big time help. I forgot I had to email Corn Lips. I forgot to email him yesterday. So I'll do that tonight. And like, so dudes, like the Houthis. Now, if you don't know who the Houthis are, they're the rebels in Yemen, and everybody's trying to say they're this, that, or the
Houthi and the blowfish.
Houthi and the blowfish. They have cruise missiles. The video I uploaded was from the Houthis, and if you don't know this, they're invading Saudi Arabia. That's right, the nation that picked the war with them. Why are you here? You don't have to be here.
Oh, why am I here? Okay, bye.
Yeah, you're all. Do you
want
to be
then.
Here? Do you want
No,
to
forget it.
Are you angry?
Chasing me away.
No, I didn't know you wanted to talk about the war stuff.
It's fine.
Anyways, so because this is a short video, Devin's here with sunshine. He has sunshine. So you can come here and talk now. And, my God, I was in the middle of cruise missiles.
All right, go ahead.
And like, so the Houthis and not the blowfish. So I don't know, do they have blowfish over there? But probably. Are you mad at me now?
No.
Okay, just making sure. It is really hot. I bought baked potatoes. Oh. Anyway.
That's good in the hot weather.
I know, not really. But the Houthis, not only are they invading Saudi Arabia and taking over Saudi Arabian military bases, they have cruise missiles, and they fucking launched a motherfucking cruise missile at a Saudi Arabian civilian airport, and they blew up a whole bunch of people and the entrance to the airport. That happened. That's not a part of the video. That's what happened yesterday. And if you see things in the news where the so-called Yemen government condemning or the Palestinian government condemning the missile strike, that's because that's the fake Palestinian government and the fake Yemen government. It's the NATO prop up tin pot dictatorship governments, the fake governments, not the people of the slave owners, of the NATO billionaires. And they're all, oh, we condemn this, but all the rebels are like, yeah, motherfucker, like that. And so Israel and Turkey attacking Syria because they want to gain a position of negotiating in a position of strength later on in the month when the USA and Russia send their delegates into Israel to Tel Aviv to negotiate some secret things and stuff. Probably Israel wants their POWs back and Turkey wants their POWs back, but they're probably not going to get them because they're being tortured to death right now by the Syrians. It's happening, and they're like hot pokers and getting the information out of them. Like, and you know why? Because of America. America is the one that started torturing people in the world again. We had this rule of law and the laws of land warfare, and there was no torture during wars and stuff like that. But America started torturing people again. And now Saudi Arabia is torturing people and Turkey's torturing people. And the good guys are like, you know what? If they're going to torture people, we're going to torture some people. You know what I'm saying? So that's going on right now. The Turks and the Israeli spies are getting tortured. All because of America wanting to torture people in Gitmo and stuff. You know, that's called, karma. Anyways, so that's happening. So the Houthis are invading Saudi Arabia and kicking the shit out of them. ISIS is actually waving their fucking combat patches up there in Idlib. So it's actual ISIS working with Turkey and Israel in Idlib against Russia and Syria. That's confirmed now. That's a fact. ISIS is on the front lines fighting alongside HTS and all the other people that Turkey is coordinating and ordering around. And so, yeah, Turkey is the commanding of ISIS forces in Idlib right now. What else is going on in the war? Wars, and wars. Yeah. So America is setting fire to all the crops in Syria and Iraq because they're having like their best crop years in a decade. And so America is jealous because all of the American farmlands are dying and flooded and underwater and going, blah. So America's retaliating for their shitty farmlands by burning down everybody else's farmlands. And that is what's going to cause the famine this winter to be really bad, because you know the worst thing you could possibly do when you have a famine coming in the winter is to burn down crops. This is a very bad thing. Very bad. Very bad. So that's happening. America just sent another like 50 or 60 combat vehicles, supply trains up into Syria through the Kurdish regions. What's happening? The reason they're doing this whole dick waving and posturing against Iran is because Iran has a shit ton of people on the Syrian-Iraq border, and they're building, you know how they have that at Tanif place, and then you have Deir ez-Zor, and then the river is right there coming through, right? And everything north of this river is Kurdish controlled and America controlled, but on the south side, it's Syria controlled and Iranians and Russians. And that's why they have ISIS running around in the deserts of Suwaida and Homs. Near Palmyra is the name of the city, ancient city called Palmyra. And ISIS is all doing shit up in there because ISIS is just the USA. So, and Turkey uses ISIS too. ISIS is kind of like a mercenary force of retards, and they're retarded, and they like to butcher and murder and rape and steal, and they're a bunch of retarded criminals, and everybody like America and Turkey uses them to do their dirty work. That's how that works. And because they'll do anything for money. Remember, people, evil is stupid, and they will do anything for money, because evil at the level you'll recognize is just a bunch of basic bitches, and that's what ISIS is, a bunch of basic bitches. And so anyways, ISIS, aka America and Israel, is running around the Middle East setting fire to all the wheat crops right now. And that's really bad because most of the world is having really bad pests and plagues and bad flooding, and all the crops in the world are like not growing really well right now. In fact, just like today in Italy, northern Italy, they're having floods that's like wiping whole towns out and shit like that. It's really bad. And if it's doing that to the towns, just imagine what it's doing to the Italian farmland. You know what I'm saying? It's not good up there. And so there's bad weather, and in China and Vietnam and a whole bunch of other Far East countries are having the armyworm and swine flu and all kinds of things destroying their crops and their cattle and their pigs and stuff like that. And then you have America going around setting fire to the world's food supply. So basically, Russia is not happy, and neither is Iran. Also, in this whole war thing and politics merger, like Trump is putting sanctions on everybody, and basically every time Trump sanctions somebody, he's weakening America, and he's destroying United States tech companies. He's making America non-competitive in the world with all of his sanctions. Because what he's doing now is China just came out and said they're retaliating and they're blacklisting all of the American tech companies. And what that means is when you're a tech company and you get locked out of the Chinese market. Hey, Toots is here. Hi, Toots. I made Morgan mad, and she's sulking in the living room.
I'm not mad. I'm just sitting here.
Okay. And so Trump just executed all U.S. tech companies. They're crap now. Their stocks are going to crash. No one overseas is going to buy their shit because they're not going to be able to market anything in China. And if you can't sell to China, there's no point of anybody else buying from you because you have no market. You know, China, really big place, a lot of people, they're pretty rich over there. Like their middle class is huge. China right now has like the hugest middle class on the planet. And they're spending money just like the old baby boomers used to do when things were good in America. When the baby boomers, there was like the baby boomers was like the biggest middle class in the world, and they're like loaded with cash and buying shit all over the place from all over the world and stuff. Well, that's China right now. And Trump is like in the stupid trade war, and he's like stomping on his dick. He's like threw America's dick on the ground, and he's jumping up and down on it, because that's what his trade war actually is Trump jumping up and down on the American wiener. And so that's what's happening with the whole Chinese war stuff. And I mentioned the Houthis have cruise missiles. That's cool. Iranian cruise missiles. And so anyways, back to the Syria with the whole desert and the Euphrates River and the Tanif base right here. Well, Iran, hold on. I'll be back. I'm live again. Hi, I'm back. Dang, we got so much going on. So it looks like things are getting all crazy here. So let me, damn it. I think I covered all the thing with the news and stuff. As an aside, before I go offline again, I was just looking things up today. Now, apparently, the United States averages like 1,200 tornadoes all year. All year. So if you remember last month in May, we had 1,000 tornadoes in a 2-week time period. So we had a whole year's worth of tornadoes in 2 weeks. So that's major. That's like called climate destruction there, dudes. Anyways, it looks like our phone's going to be ringing a lot. So I'm just going to cut it short here. We'll probably be back tomorrow. I think tomorrow. Thank you all for showing up. Look at that Arabian titled video that I uploaded. That's the Houthis kicking the shit out of Saudi Arabia and invading them. And well, you don't have to. I just recommend it. But thanks, y'all. And I'll end this so you can go get it from the beginning and watch the news. So see you tomorrow.